Right, it gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 92's Fan Roundtable. Not only do I have Big Daddy, Agent Stone, father of Craig, the wonderful Malcolm Stone here, but I also have Terry Scott, the absolute number one Margate fan. Last game, any Hastings fans that were at the Margate fixture, we know we could hear her from across... from miles away, we could hear her. Well, sound like a lone fan. You did have some other fans there, but you were the singer. First of all, Terry, lovely. Thank you for coming on. Please tell us just for people that don't know, how did you become a Margate fan? What made you love this club so much?
My uncle took me in 1978 when I was a little one, and we used to climb the trees at the end of the terrace when we still had the old ground, and I used to look over the wall, used to sneak in. It was like. Yeah, and then I started going properly. Yeah, so I've been doing it a while. Couldn't do so many games when I was younger. I was moving around a bit.
Yeah,
having kids and that. It's part of my life. I love it. But the boys, the club's meant so much to me over the years. I just can't stay away.
Well, your enthusiasm was infectious. I remember, obviously we came down and we all gravitated towards you because. You were loving it, and you're a proper fan, giving it your all for your side.
They're my boys. At work, they all know what I'm like. I did a half shift on Saturday, and they were like, "What day is it today? It's Saturday. Why are you here?"
Well, Terry is on because we have got a massive, as you say, a big week, another big week here. We got Margate and Folkstone. I'm hoping to have Rob Thompson on in a minute from Folkstone. But we got a massive game against Margate. Margate, I think you're about 15th, 16th.
Yeah, around about then. I could look it up, like, but yeah.
Who's that talking?
Not me.
Is that him? Malk, are you doing deals in the background here?
I've got deals going on. I've got till 11 o'clock to seal these. You carry on. I'm listening at the same time.
You've been on a little bit of a bad run, but you just won. I think it was it on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah, Saturday.
A decent victory.
3-1. Oh, brilliant.
Tell us about your season, though.
Well, obviously, new manager comes in, it goes up and down, and then we went on an unbeaten run. We did really well. A couple of cup games. We're in a couple. I think we've got one cup final now. That we one cup that we're still in. And then it all went quite badly wrong Boxing Day. Board sacked the manager. Yeah, don't know. No clue, mate. And and then so Ben and Preza took over. They've done all right. Okay, we didn't win. Start off, we were shipping goals, but they built up on the. I think at one of the games we had like one defender on the pitch. So we were shipping a few goals. Now we brought it back up again. They've changed the formation. They've got them more defensively now. They're doing really well. So I say a game on Saturday was like, oh my god.
Who did you play Saturday?
It's gone. Hang on. We go in Finchley.
It's not a bad result then to beat them.
Yeah. So we had Bowers the week before. On Tuesday we had that was 1-1 we drew, so we got a point there. That sort of stopped the rot a bit. Right.
Just quickly, Rob Thompson's here. Rob Thompson, massive Folkestone fan.
Hi, Rob.
Hiya.
Gripper Rod on Twitter. He doesn't send anything too abusive. A good for Twitter follow. How long have you got, Rob?
I'm actually in work now, so I'll come in a bit early, so I don't have to rush off.
Good. We'll stretch it out then. Right then.
Just whether I get kicked out of here or not.
We were just talking Margate and the wonderful Terry Scott, who's a massive Margate. She's an absolute face if you go to the Margate. Have you been to Margate at all this season, Rob? I can't remember if you lot have played them.
No, we played them at home. We
got you. I think we got you
right at the end of the season,
haven't we?
Yeah, I think it's right. I think it's our last away of the season. I think.
Yeah,
I'm 100% sure.
Easter Monday.
Got to be nice to her.
Right. Yeah, no.
I say, got to be nice to her, otherwise you're not allowed in the ground. Yeah,
that's all right.
She's proper face, mate. But
yeah, mate.
Yeah, so she was just telling us about Margate's season, and they just managed to win a game. She can't remember who they were playing. So that sounds to me like maybe a few too many lager shandies, maybe.
Yeah, might have had a few beers after that game.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it was Wingate and Finchley, by the way.
Okay. All right. And yeah, right. So let's now talk about Folkstone. I will let you talk in a minute, Malcolm. Sorry, mate. Malcolm, just so you know,
fine, mate.
Just so you know, Rob, Malcolm is a regular on the round table. He is a big time agent. If your club needs any players, talk to him.
Oh yeah.
The Kent area is sewn up. It's got the Stone name all over it. If it's contract wise, so please have a whisper with him after the game. So Folkestone, we've got you Tuesday. As I was saying, a big week, a big weekend ahead. Really, probably for us, for Hastings, probably going to decide if we're playoffs or we're just a mid-table side. In my opinion, I could be wrong because there's quite a bit left in the season. But
there is.
Folkestone, you turned it round somewhat. I think you had an absolutely fantastic run, and then I think you just lost to the bottom club on Saturday.
Yeah, Brighton and Sea away. They came back and I don't think it's a smash and grab. I think it goes to the game. Apparently, Folkestone didn't play too well, and Brighton and Sea really they're quite good at home. I think that's what I can they've got quite good home form at the minute. So yeah, they just came back and beat us to it. They got a goal in pretty much the last minute. So a bit of a gutter, but by all accounts, the management team said Brighton and Sea played better than us. So fair play to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's not just talk about that, though. I mean, I am tempted to say, this is the beginning of a bad run, but I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is, you obviously had a fantastic run. You've turned it around. I think you're above us by a few places, I think. And tell us, how's the season been for you?
It was a bit of a patchy start. Obviously, we had you guys early on. Our away forms really let us down. And we had a period, sort of October into November, where we weren't getting any results away from home. We kept losing. We weren't particularly playing badly, just it wasn't going for us or just wasn't clicking. And then we had, I can't remember what month it was, maybe November, we had the game at Merthyr in the FA Cup. It's a massive game for the club. And we went out, we conceded a couple of early goals, but by all accounts played well again. Nearly came back into it. People who went told me they don't really know. They didn't manage to get back into it. But that was how it was running for us at the time. And after the game, the chairman resigned, so it was a bit of a body blow to the club. And then after that, they had a financial shortfall because of that, because he was putting a lot of money into the club, and had to make that up. And Cugs, Neil Cugley, the manager, he stepped down and come off the payroll, and it just sort of had a little bit of a destabilising effect on the club. But the home form wasn't too bad, all the same at the time. But they managed to, put a bit of a run together. Apart from the loss the other day, we were one of the form teams in the league. So yeah, we have had some good results of late. Just our away form it's not really got going away from home yet. But like you say, this time of the season, sort of we're edging closer towards finding out who's going to be in the playoffs. Although I don't think game on Tuesday is going to be a decider, because I think you've got a game in hand on us, and there's looking at all the teams around us. I keep thinking to myself, I really can't make my mind up who's going to win the league or finish in the playoffs. It's just, it can change so quickly, can't it? You have a couple of bad results or a couple of good ones, and it all looks different. So it's just momentum, really. And we had a bit of good momentum. Obviously, we've buffed us a bit at the weekend. That's football, isn't it?
That is football. I'm sorry to say it could be more than a little stumble on Tuesday, but that's just me being overly dramatic. Now I'm going to talk Hastings now. We obviously did you go, Malk, on for Haringey?
I went to Aveley, didn't go to Haringey.
Okay, right. So we've had a couple of games where we've been, I really want to build us up in front of Margate and Folkstone fans, but we've not been that good. Yeah, and particularly the Haringey game, second half wasn't. It did play a very disjointed game. When one of those ones you just want to forget, you just put that down to scratch that off and move on to the next game. So I think I might do that. I might. We since that game, I think one of our players has left. The gentleman that's on this poster, which I should have known about earlier, but I didn't. Which is quite funny. Up front, we need to sort it out, don't we, really, Malcolm? It's people need to click, don't they?
Yeah, I don't like to make excuses, and they're not excuses. But we had a couple of players at Aveley that were playing with flu. They had to come off at half time, and we were bullied on a 3G pitch. You can see why Aveley are up there. You know, they got pace.
Yeah,
and that's you know, it's I don't want to say hoofball because
but you're gonna say it.
Well, yeah, because in a way it is. They defend very well and they just clear it into channels, and they've got pace in abundance. And you know, and on the 3G pitch where it's bouncing everywhere. And I won't say 4G because it was more of a 3G with a, you know, it was bouncing over the stand at times. But you know, with pace like that, and you know, we just couldn't really live with it, and we were bullied for pace. And we can't score goals.
Yeah.
You never know whether, if we go a goal down, you might as well go home because I can't see where a goal is going to come from.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
It's going to make me cry in a minute. You're going to make me cry now, Malcolm.
Well, I should think so. I've been crying for the last week. So.
Yeah, no, it's like with every camp. Like there's all bits and bobs going on in the background. But I'm really excited about these next couple of games because you're both of you decent clubs. I wish Folkstone was on a Saturday, but the fixture gods were against us.
Yeah, they really were. Yeah.
Just first of all to Margate. Would you reckon you bring a few? I mean, you're coming, aren't you, Terry?
Oh, of course I am.
Yeah.
No, I can't. There's at least I've missed 4 games in 12 years.
Oh, all right, fair enough. That's fairly good.
Yeah.
Is that just due to childbirth that you missed the games, or?
No, my husband booked our holiday for the wrong week 12 years ago, and yeah. No, I haven't forgiven him for it.
I was going to say.
I left him in the resort. We was in Cornwall. Left him in the resort and went and watched AFC St Austell. Left him with the kids. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to football. I don't bloody care. Yeah, it was a good game.
Well, you'll get a guard of honour or whatever it is as you come in the clubhouse. Definitely proper
just a beer
fan.
after, it'll be fine. Yeah.
Well, I'll give you some tissues as well to mop up the
tears.
Yeah,
I know. As I say, we've just we never know who's going to turn out. It's like with Margate, the whole season has been game of 2 halves type stuff, and like we just can't score. It's literally been, we've pinged it off the post, we've stuck a side net in, there's been scrambles in the box, and it's like, how did that not go in? Even on Saturday, Tuesday, it was like, how have we not scored? I mean, Andy Cole managed an absolute weldy strike from yards out, so that was like, yeah, that was great. But there was like several other scrambles, and it was just like, how has that not gone in the damn goal? You know.
Yeah,
but that's been our season. It's like we've had so many chances that have just not gone in.
Well, it's those 5-10%, isn't it? It's like that's why the clubs up the top are there, because they don't need 10 chances to get a goal. Do you know?
They've got goal scorers, Chris, haven't they? That's what happens. They got people that score goals for fun, and they're the ones up the top. That's the difference between everybody in that league. The whole lot is people that can score you 20, 25 goals a season. You know, but they're few and far between.
We never know who's going to score.
I was going to say, how many are on your books, Malk?
I've got a couple, but then everybody's looking. Even league sides want them, you know. So it's
you think he's joking, right? But what about Smith? We've got Dave Smith. He was at your lot, wasn't he? He was at Margate for about 4 games.
Yeah, not very long. Yeah, didn't he come just after we played you?
Yeah.
He weren't with us very long, but I didn't really get a chance to see what he could do. To be fair, it was. I think that was previous manager got him in.
Yeah, Rob, you would have seen a bit of him, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he was brilliant for us, mate. He was absolute goal machine. Absolute goal machine.
I'll say we just didn't get a chance.
Well, he ain't got any yet. Well, I mean, that was that last season, wasn't it? He got 30 or something, wasn't he? Was he?
Smithy, yeah. He got loads of goals. He was our top goal scorer. I don't know if he was the top goal scorer in the league. I'm not sure whether it was a lad from Hornchurch. But yeah, he was right up there. He was absolute fox in a box for us. Like, brilliant poacher, goal boxer. He scored so many goals in the penalty area. Unbelievable. So I was gutted when he went. And he did deserve his move to Bromley, but he's not had it was a weird one because he went to Bromley and he's been loaned straight out. So I don't know what the thinking was there. But yeah, if he could get a run in the team at Hastings, he's going to score lots of goals, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, certainly hope so. This weekend coming would be handy, actually.
Yeah.
Goes to players past.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Terry, first of all, with the Margate, how do you think you're going to get on? What do you think? Do you think maybe a draw?
Never make predictions. That's one of my little superstitions. I never make predictions. But I will say, if we can just keep the momentum going that we've had over the last couple of days, if the boys can just carry on with what they were doing and just keep it going, we've got a chance. You know, I mean, new managers confirmed everything. It helped settle the lads. You know,
sort of a prediction, that, isn't it?
Eh?
Sort of sounds like a prediction.
Yeah, I never make like score predictions or anything though. You know, the people go, "Oh, what do you reckon?" I'm like, "No."
What Malk does, he says, "Oh, we're going to lose 2-0 or something."
No, never do that. I don't read the pre-match reports either.
Well, then let's look at Folkestone. I'd say, and I'm sorry to say this, I would say your this Saturday's game, I fancy that better than I do the Folkestone game. I maybe call me Mr. Ridiculously Optimistic. I mean, Rob, what do you reckon? Do you reckon you're going to come over and turn us over, or draw? What do you think?
No, well, I wouldn't rule it out. Depends what sort of Folkestone turns up, but our away form's not been great because it's a bit of it's almost a derby really in my eyes, although it's a different counties. I think if we was to come away with a draw, be happy with that. But depending on how we played, so because of the away form, I'd say anything more than a draw would be amazing. But yeah, it's that time of the season we just don't. You're in around us, and we don't want to, we don't want to drop points and end up, you leapfrogging us because you have got a game in hand on us, I'm pretty sure, and it's all the other teams around us. So we're just desperate for points. So yeah, I'll take a draw now, mate. I would.
Would you?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would because I thought it was a tough game, that home game we had on the first day of the season. That was a tough game, wasn't it? It was a tough match. So there was no space on the pitch at all. So it might be a bit like that. It could be. Yeah, I didn't think we played too badly that day either. It's just I think Hastings has come up and done a job on us, really, done it really well. You said you've got no goal scorer at the minute, but with Smithy in your team, he's going to be a massive threat to us. He really is.
Certainly. So, but the people have these periods, don't they? You have a few key players go out, then just the shape goes a little bit, and then people start. I don't know. They lose that rhythm, and it happens. It's particularly in a side that isn't. We're not a well-beaten top of the table team. We're kind of a work in progress, and it's. Well, come on, Mal. Go on, give your verdict, mate. Come on.
I'm a bit with you, Chris. I think Saturday, I think we've got a bit more of a chance. But like I say, we got to score goals from somewhere. And Folkstone game, I mean, it's a bit ironic because I don't know how you felt, but a 1-1 draw away to Folkstone on a Tuesday night, it felt like a win. And we come off afterwards, and even the players were saying, you come to Folkstone on a Tuesday night and come away with 1-1, you've done well. And then they went through that really dodgy spell, didn't they, when Cugs left and that sort of thing. And you sort of look back on it and thought, actually, that was 2 points thrown away, because they're not as good as you expected them to be. And now they found their feet again. And you think, I wouldn't fancy Folkestone on a Tuesday night, home or away. So, I'm with you on that. I think I'm looking more at Saturday than I am Tuesday. But again, if as Rob says, if Smithy can start scoring or somebody can start scoring, then I fancy us on both of them. Yeah. But I don't know. We got to score goals because if they do, I can't see where ours are coming from.
Oh dear, Malcolm. Just quick bit of housekeeping. Do you lot have a radio? Because Hastings has got a radio. We've got our own radio for the match day.
No, we haven't.
No, Folkstone, they got.
Yeah. So there's a guy at the club, AD. He does the PA on home games. He does the DJ and the PA, and he does all the away commentaries on a Mixlr app. Have you heard of that? It's MIXLR.
Oh right, yeah.
And if you got, and there's loads of non-league clubs have a state, or it's like a station, but they only broadcast when the games are. Loads of them have got on there. I've got them on my phone when I have to work the weekend, or sometimes, for example, I think Cray sometimes play on Mondays instead of Tuesdays or the weekend because of they share ground with Bromley. So often their games are on there. A lot of clubs have got stations on that Mixlr app. That's decent. So you can literally listen to any pretty much. There's loads of non-league teams on there. So yeah, we broadcast on that. And when I've listened to it, they get people tuning in from all different parts of the world. You can't believe they're following the game on a Saturday from Australia or Malta or something like that. But yeah, there's a fair bit of interest on that. A lot of people rely on that to follow their away games, but they don't do the home games obviously because they want the people to turn up, the gate money. So but it's really good.
Well, I might mention that because the person who does our radio, the club are not funding it anymore, and so he's not doing it anymore. So I might mention that Mixlr, and the reason this is why I'm saying it now is because obviously Adam Carter, who does the radio, who does a very good job. Wouldn't you agree, Malcolm?
I would, yeah.
And he's not biased at all. He's massively biased. He's saying he's not going to do it anymore. So I want people to hear this and please pester him and get him to carry on because he's not. Why
has the club stopped funding it, Chris?
Oh, it's I don't know. I just
know
they say they haven't got
in
money
on it when he struggled before, and they jumped in and funded it, and now they've withdrawn that funding.
It's probably all the agent fees they have to pay you, Malcolm.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not a bit. It's a bit disappointing, but equally, there's loads of fans that would pay out for it if you're listening, Adam. But as you say, if you're saying about this Mixlr, probably don't cost as much. Maybe could cut your costs down.
Yeah, I don't know if it costs anything at all. I don't know if it does. I don't know if you just download the app and it records. And there you go. But anything like that promotes the club, it's worth its weight in gold, isn't it? Like you look what
You'd think
Twitter's done for football clubs, non-league clubs, and the non-league radio, and just keeps all the time. You can keep your name out there. Keep people thinking about the club. That's surely a good thing, man.
Well,
and they're not always keeping people away from the grounds, Rob, are you? Because we, as you said, you're at work. I have to work weekends, I work shift. And it's the only way, apart from Twitter, I can keep in. And the commentary's far better than Twitter. However much Twitter's great. But commentary is far better. I don't know.
Yes.
Strange.
But yeah, so hang on. What's that? Sorry, I just watching this tail flicking by. So, Terry,
you never ever. So you think about pussy all the time.
Can you stop it?
No,
stop it.
Cats, whatever you want to call them.
All right, Malcolm. He's a bad influence, Malcolm. I tell you.
He's fine.
So, let's first of all, let's Margate out. How do you think it's going to end up this year? What are your hopes? Anything you want to give a shout out to? Please, Terry, say it on here, love.
Well, I mean, the aim is not to get relegated, to be fair. Just, keep the team together. Preza and Ben can keep the core going and just sort of like improve on our defending. Because, I mean, Rob will know what we was like at your place. It was shipping goals like God knows what.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, the aim is just stay up, keep the core of the team, and just carry on, and just keep it going.
Where do you think your threat's going to come from on Saturday?
Left back.
The fact that we can't score goals, and
it's just got 0-0 written all over it, isn't it?
Oh, mate, I'd take that. I'd take it. I really would. I was like, after the game, we literally will go to a game. We don't know who's going to score. It could be one of the defenders come out and get a cheeky goal. We had midfielder scored. Our striker actually managed to get a goal, so we're good with that. Phil Roberts, he scored for us. So it's like actually getting the 3 goals was like great. We're getting somewhere, But I'll say previous games we've had no defenders. That's coming back again. So I've just got to hope that what happened on Tuesday night is going to carry on.
Because you lost 2 aways, you lost 4-0, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, we lost 4-0 at your place, didn't we, Rob?
Yes, mate. Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
New Year's Day.
I haven't forgotten that. No.
Yeah, no, neither have I.
So, same question to you, really, Rob. I mean, how do you think it's going to pan out for you? Do you think you're going to make the playoffs? What's your hopes?
Well, my hopes are obviously finishing the playoffs, but I couldn't predict how that's going to end up. The teams around us, it's just so tight around us. Like I say, if you do have a couple of bad games, or the opposite, have a couple of good results, it really makes a big difference to how it's looking, doesn't it? I mean, we need to sort our away form out. We need to keep pressing on with that. At home, we've been good. We got Hornchurch on Saturday. That's going to be really tough.
That's a tough, it's a tough.
Super tough. Yeah, we lost away.
Great up front there.
It's the same. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So it's just the teams around us, really. That's the thing. I couldn't say who's going to win the league. So there's no clear runaway team. So if we were to get in that playoffs, and that's really what the aim for the season was. We're well happy with that. We missed out last season. Pretty much on the last 3 games of the season, we played Margate. We got done. We had a draw of Crimping Casuals, and I think Lewis come and beat us at home as well. So that was we really tailed off.
That must have been painful. That must have been painful. That one.
Yeah, super, man. If we can have a run towards the end of the season, that's what we want. We want to pick up the momentum, finish strong. Whereas last season we tailed off. We have got the players to do it, definitely, and we got goal scorers in the team. We had Yusuf who's banging goals in. We got Ibs, another lad up front, Olatardi, who's a proper centre forward, and he can, he's a real threat. Does a real centre forward's job. So
who's your left fullback, Rob? Who's your left
Green?
fullback?
Yeah, Greeny. You're talking about him? Yeah, he's excellent. Nathan Green.
Nathan, remember when he played for us? Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, he's been amazing. He gets man of the match every single game. Pretty much.
Absolutely. He's made a solid rock, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is. Yeah,
he's not one of yours, Mark.
No, that's why I asked. Thinking about it.
Yeah,
no, he's really good, decent player.
No, look. To be honest, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I obviously do care what the results are. But it's you're both a couple of good clubs, and it should be. Hopefully, we get a packed or a somewhat packed Pilot Field down there, so we've got a bit of a rocking atmosphere, and a few beers after the game. I'd love to catch up with you both, or during the game. A bit of banter, but I'm not bothered who wins as long as
where I'll be behind a goal with me.
Well, we could hear you. We'll hear you, wouldn't we?
Terry, what sort of gates do you get down Margate? Are they fair or?
Yeah, fair to middling, between 300 and 500, depending on the weather and how people are feeling.
Right, yeah.
It's okay. We like to take away. We've got minibus we take away. Usually takes between like 12 and 14 people.
Yeah.
And then there's the guys that travel away under their own steam, like try and take sort of 20 odd with us.
Yeah.
Just quickly, you've just reminded me. Talking of minibuses, right? Have you heard about this, Malk? About the coach ride from hell?
No.
Right. So this might get me a little bit of heat. The coach driver that we had, who's a grumpy bastard. He looked exactly like Harold Shipman. The absolute spin, right? And we're on this coach, right?
Oh my god!
There's no loo. There's 32 seats, no loo. And I think I'm a bit of a weak-bladdered person these days anyway. And we're riding along, and this coach is just like, he's not driving in a straight line. He's like this, yeah? And we're like this. He's just moving around, and he's pulling faces, and he won't stop the coach if you need a wee or anything. He's a complete grumpy bugger. It got to the point, right, where we started singing, Shipman's our driver. Us passengers are terrified. Shipman's our driver. And we're singing that on the coach to him. But it's one of those ones that he doesn't want to be there. He wanted to leave straight away. I think it was the Aveley game. They left immediately at final whistle, didn't stay for half an hour as agreed. Wanted to go the last game. I don't think he's going to do us again, but...
No.
Our minibus broke down on the M25 coming back from the game. Yeah. 7 hours we was waiting.
7 hours.
Problems. It was buggered if I was going to be sitting in the bushes like the rest of the lads were. I was the only girl there.
No.
7 bloody hours on the side of the M25.
Yeah, but you didn't have Harold Shipman though, did you?
No. But I could have peed in his pocket at least,
Oh, yeah, there was a few other songs that I got my phone to tell you with someone about pensioners and all that. It got quite it was funny. Yeah, well, there you go.
Was that Haringey, Chris?
That was the Haringey game.
Yeah,
that was on the way there and on the way back as well. You think he wouldn't drive us really, but
do you have him every time or just this week?
Apparently, he's done a few of them. I don't know. I think Rob's sorting it out. This is boring Hastings coach stuff, but no,
it's all part of the non-league experience, isn't it? You got like mental away days.
Well, yeah, that's the fun of it. Like, yeah, we lost the game 2-0 fairly comfortably, but we survived Harold Shipman. So,
yeah.
Yeah, but half of those that go on the coach are quite scary anyway. So what a coach that would be. No wonder you wouldn't want it pulled over if you were somebody travelling past in a car. You think, well, the Adams family had just pulled over.
Histed was calm and collected. He didn't start. Gary, who is a legend, I hope he's listening to this. He was at Ashford away and he wore a mankini. He's a big man. That's all I'm going to say. I don't mean in you know, I mean, he's a big lad. Yeah, I don't know about his length. I don't need to know about that either. But listen, before us move on,
that's all. It didn't happen.
Listen, Terry, Rob, really lovely. Thank you for coming on. You know, proper fans. We all love non-league football. We're proper banter. You know, we all can just take it with a smile, no matter what. I'd love to catch up with you after the games on Saturday and Tuesday. So please, let's catch up. So Terry, Rob, Malk, I'll see you at the game. Take care.
See you at the game.
No worries.
See you guys.
See you, Terry. See you, Rob.
Thanks
so much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.